Welcome to Top 10 Rules for Success. Today we feature in on one of Nigeria's foremost motivational speaker, a security expert, a business coach and a leader, popularly known as the troublemaker. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him Ubong King. He is the president of Ubong King Foundation, a non-governmental organization as well as a non-profit organization targeted towards raising young leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, he graduated from the University of Calabar with a third class, but he showed us in due details how anybody, can actually rise from the bottom to the top. I present to you at this moment his top 10 rules for success. Ensure you watch till the end because the last rule will blow your mind. Don't forget to subscribe before you start watching.
If you are going to be successful this year, you have to become obsessed with winning. You have to. You cannot be 99% interested in the job. It's 100% or forget it. Forget it totally. Totally. Pareto's principle says 20% of your investment brings 80% of your result. How do you get your work done? My success is not that I'm the best in this industry. I am the most obsessed in any industry I put my head to do. Any business I enter, I die in that business. 99% will not meet me there. It's 185. I will dash you the remaining 85. If I have a meeting by 11:30 at night, I'm there. If I have to sleep in my car, I'm there. I don't give myself excuses for failure. My wife will be at home. I'll call her and say, I love you. But look, if you don't win, there's no money in your house. Until it is something that you are ready to give up all you have. You have not started. That between two mountains of success, there's a valley of failure. If you're ever on top here, you are coming down here next. There is nobody that has stayed up. Now, when you go up, it's hard work. Now, when you get here, complacency sets in. So you gradually start going down. When you go down, the problem is that to climb up the next hill, you don't know how steep it is. So to climb up is more difficult. Yes. So the only way to move from one mountain to another mountain is to build a bridge. Yeah? And what is a bridge? A bridge is people. Resources. People. Now, if you want results in 3 months, plant corn. If you want results, because in 3 months you plant the corn will come out. Instant businesses. If you want results in 1 year, plant yam. Yam you can harvest it, boil some, roast some, cook some. But if you want result of a lifetime, plant men. Men. So you deliberately have to grow men. Deliberately. Not as an assumption. For different things, because when you become weak here, these people are the ones that will carry you. The only way to move from one mountain to another mountain is to build a bridge. Yeah? And what is a bridge? A bridge is people. You don't eat alone. You don't need money to start a business. You need brokerage. Look for somebody that has the money, somebody that needs the land, and connect them. Collect your money. That old paradigm that you need money to make money. You need contacts to make money. Connect the dots. So I had my Nokia 310 phone. I love that phone. God bless that phone. That phone did everything for me. So I'll be sending bulk SMSs to people, sending messages to people that if you have any security in it, please talk to me. Out of the 2,500 people I had on my contact, I only got 50 responses. 50 responses, only 4 contracts in 3 months. That was how I survived. Stop thinking poor. Stop thinking minchomic, morbid, moribund, myopic, and battered. You need to get angry with poverty. You are selling 1 plot of land. Who 1 plot help? Don't come and tell me you are selling 1 plot of land. I didn't come to talk to millionaires here. I came to talk to billionaires. You will become it. A lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. There are bigger animals. It's not the tallest animal in the jungle. There are taller animals. It's not even so. If they are to do an election, the lion will never win that one. If they are to do which is the wisest animal, the lion will never win. The fastest animal, the lion will never win. So the lion will not win the fastest. The lion will not win the tallest. The lion will not win the biggest. The lion will not win the strongest. But yet it is called the king of the jungle. It will not pass anyone. So your academics is not a guarantee for success. I came here prepared for you. I came here prepared for you. So stop coming here with your first class and your second class. How hungry are you? Come on! I came to unleash people in this house. Then I am saying, yes. I came here to unleash people here. It is not your certificate that guarantees you. It is your attitude. Your attitude. When a lion sees an elephant, he says, this is food. It attacks it because of the way it thinks. It looks at it. They will bring it down. When an elephant sees it, an elephant runs. An elephant can kill a lion, but his attitude tells him to run. I don't like people deceiving me that when is your time is your time. There is a time according to scripture, and we are going to open it. Because if a man of 50 years old were to walk down here and wear Pampers, there will be a problem. Do you agree with me? If a woman of 60 years old wears school uniform and is in grade 1, it will be a concern. Yes. Because when I went to Federal Government College Ijaniki, Lagos, between 83 and 89, I was really, really excited. And the high point of being in school was inter-house sports. Because at that point in time, all our colleagues were all together. We do together, we fight together, we scatter everything together, and we run. And there were two particular races that were interesting at that point in time. One was the 100-meter senior boys. Now, 100-meter senior boys will reveal the fastest runner in school. No be so? And everybody is looking forward to that race. You want to know who the fastest person. Now, that particular race will show a lot of dignity. Whoever comes out is for dignity. Then there's another race. They call it the 100 meters daddies. All the daddies will come around 100 meters. Then we'll start laughing. That race is for entertainment. The first one is for dignity. The second one is for entertainment. Do you understand me? If you do not apply yourself to dignity now, you will be somebody's entertainment tool tomorrow. Because if you go to Ishigate now, you will see men that are supposed to have been learning how to write in secondary school, primary school. They left those classes. Today they are carrying marker to write on people's car to give them money. They are called agberos. When they were in school, they said, read, apply yourself to education now. Now they are not doing that. Because of time that has left them, they are running 100 meters daddy. Question 1, what are you doing with your time now? Time is the common gift from God to everybody. We may have different shapes. Some are tall, some are short, some are fast, some are thin. But yet, we have one common denomination, and that is time. The second law of creation is working. God will roll up his sleeve, remove his suit, remove his kaftan, wear his Timberland boot, his Lee jeans, his denim jacket, roll up his sleeves and go to work. God will walk in the morning, walk in the night, walk in the night, walk in the morning, because he placed the stars. Everything was for their signs and seasons. God was a workaholic. Day and night, day and night. And people would always tell me that, don't you rest. Man, I saw a scripture in the Bible that stopped me from sleeping. In the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2, the Bible says, and after he had finished his work, he rested. You are not permitted to rest until you are finished. So when you come and tell me that you are going on leave after 6 months, I know that poverty is chasing you. I know that poverty is chasing you. It is until you finish the work, then you can go to rest. So if the first law of creation is talking and the second law of creation is walking, what is the formula for creation? Talking plus walking is equal to creation. Whatever you want to do, start talking it and go to work. You need to show yourself the different ways of making money. There are 4 ways of making money. One, as an employee, whereby you work for money. Number 2, as a self-employed, yes, you can do the business. Some of you can do hair. Tell your auntie, if you are doing your hair, auntie, you pay me 1,000 naira. Charge them. God gave you the gift. Don't do it for free. Self-employed. The third one is owning a business, owning a system. And then the fourth one is an investor. The picture you see there is Obama's daughter. When Obama was president, he sent his daughter to go and work in a fast food restaurant selling buns and sugar. They didn't tell her to go and live in Dubai. She had to go and learn to work. My children go to learn to work because you must learn how you make money working. But I also teach them how to do business. A poor man will only teach his child how to go and get a job. There are other ways of making money. In the Garden of Eden, there were 4 rivers entering the garden. 4. If it took God 4 rivers to water the garden, you cannot be alive and tell me you only need one source of income. If you have only one source of income, you're a poor man. The first and most important thing is that a prostitute takes her time with her beauty. She dresses up. She prepares herself. She packages herself. She dresses for her target so that when her target sees her target is moved. Her perfume is deliberate. Her hair is deliberate. Her dress is deliberate. Her perfume might be maybe Amouage, Interlude, perfume for kings. Her shoes may be Prada. Her dressing may be on point. Everything is deliberate. Why? Because of her target. So question 1, why do Christians dress poor? Because people address you by the way you dress. My leader, Exceptional Eagle, said that your humility is what is killing you. At one time, I said I didn't want a car. My brother, when I entered Dubai a few times, I changed my mind. I quickly changed my mind. A few of my colleagues, some people, they went to buy me a 570. I didn't buy the car. They bought it for me. They said we would not allow you. Because if your mind should go down, the company goes down. It's a function of the leadership. If the leadership goes down, the system is dead. So if your family is going to progress, you as leader, as a husband, you have to come up. If there's a failure in your family, it's traceable to the husband. If there's a failure in your company, it's traceable to the leadership. If there's a failure in your department, it's traceable to the leadership. So if you want your leadership to, if I see your department, I know the size of your leadership. That's all. I don't need to look left. A prostitute takes time to dress. Dress for your address. Don't come for RFF meetings or don't come to church with your shirt with mount map of East Africa on one side, and you are trying to say we are Christians. There is no, if you are okay, like me, sometimes when I buy my clothes, I now tell my colleagues, come, I want to give like everything out of my clothes. So some of you, your houses are too full with clothes. Empty it. Look for brothers in church who don't have shirts, who don't have trousers, and give them. Until you give out, none will come back into you. A lot of us have depended on government that because you have graduated, now government should open all the banks to give you jobs. It's not going to work like that. Now, this beautiful girl graduated some years ago, and then we decided that she was going to get a job. So for 4 or 5 years, she had not developed herself. Somebody told her, look, there's a native doctor in my village who can help you and predict your future. So she went to meet the native doctor. And the native doctor said, I have 2 calabashes, one with white sand, one with black sand, that there's a millipede that was thrown. If the millipede enters into the circle with the white sand, know that your future is bright. But if it enters into the circle with black sand, know your future is bad. So they put the millipede there and they began to play drums. As they were playing the drum, the millipede was going to the circle with the white sand. And everybody was happy. Even me that I heard the story, I started dancing. I was excited that our future is excited. And as the millipede was going into the circle with the white sand, now me, I was excited. They played it faster. The millipede was going faster. Just at the edge of entering into the circle with the white sand, the millipede changed his mind and started going towards the black sand side. Now, they thought it was the type of music, so they stopped the music. The millipede did not stop, was running faster. Now, the millipede was running to the circle with the black sand. Just at the edge of entering into the millipede, the calabash with the black sand, the millipede, the woman stood up, went to the millipede, caught the millipede with her hand, put it in the circle with the black and in the white sand and killed it. Then they asked the girl, why did you do that? She said she cannot be alive and see her future go by. Nobody owes you anything. If you are going to predict your future, it will demand you create it. They asked the question, how many of you have developed yourself digitally? You need to get involved in the digital space. Is any word any entrepreneur will take here. Take this statement as my gift from you. Have a target. Stop going for targets that are simple, achievable. Smart targets are no more smart. Even stretch targets are not even what you need. You need a target that will not allow you sleep. A dream is not the one you see when you sleep. A dream is the one that will not allow you sleep. When you have such, you don't need anybody to drive you. You will drive. The only way to get out of trouble is to enter trouble. It is either I am in trouble, I have just come out of trouble, or I'm about to enter another one. I stay troubled. I stay troubled. A wise man says, if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. Change your association. Stop talking to an Okada man. Stop it. Stop waking up and the best friend you have is somebody that is just sitting down, chopping kenke. Stop it. If you want to deliver poor people, the first law is leave them alone. Succeed and come back and get them out. You don't save the people from being in there. You save them from being outside and pull them out. When you change your associations, you change the languages you speak.
Now, my favorite rule is invest in developing people. That is rule number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is ever self-made. Nobody actually rises to the top alone. Okay? We all need each other. You need a team to work with. You need people to stand as your backbone, people that you can actually climb on and they can climb on you. If you start up the journey of life and you are moving towards becoming successful in life and you are trying to go down that lane alone, it is very impossible for you to do that. If you really want to create massive success, massive results, Mr. King has shown us that the best way to do it is to invest in people. And that is how he was able to get to the top, because he invested in other people. So at this point, this is me asking you right about now, how exactly are you investing in people? How exactly are you investing in people? Now, before you leave, don't forget to share with me in the comment section your favorite rule for success. Your favorite rule for success by Mr. King. Don't forget to share this with friends and family. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on post notification. I'll see you another time with another inspiring Nigerian. Thank you for your time.